I was on like a meal plan. It was a lot of dietary restrictions.
This is how I'm going to replace chicken breast today. I'm gonna have another serving of tofu. It's bland. I don't even want to eat tofu again. Never have I disliked tofu so much. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. If you're new to my channel, my name's Cole Hastings, and if you're trying to evolve your body and mind through a plant-based diet as well as personal development topics, then consider subscribing and hitting that bell so you don't miss a video. Very special full day of eating today. As you can tell by the title, this is I Ate Like Zac Efron. I'm going to be going off of his Baywatch diet, and I'm going to be transforming his diet into a vegan diet for the day. So he eats pretty much all unprocessed food. It's just going to be like all whole foods today, but it's going to make it super easy to make these meals. I already planned out the day already. I'm going to be having 5 meals, and I'm going to show you all the macros and measurements for each meal. Let's just hop into the first meal right now. And it's gonna be over here. Here is what we are having, guys. It's super simple. We're just gonna be having tofu. This is how I'm going to replace chicken breast today. If you watch videos where he's doing interviews about Baywatch, he just talks about how much chicken breast he was eating. So tofu is gonna be that replacement. Then we're going to have some corn, about 3/4 of a cup of corn. We're gonna have 3/4 of a cup of peas. He does eat carbs, although it isn't as much carbs as I usually eat, but all the carbs are pretty much just like vegetables or whole grains, which means we are also going to have 1/2 cup of brown rice. And then Zac Efron eats quite a bit of fat in his diet, so I'm going to be adding 1/2 tablespoon of olive oil to when I cook this tofu. You'll see how I cook this in a pan, so let's get started. So before we get into the only difficult part of this meal, which is the tofu, I'm going to add the brown rice that I need, the corn that I need, and the peas that I need onto the plate. And this is just gonna be going in the microwave since everything's already cooked. I already cooked the brown rice, it's been steamed. So let's just put it in there really quick. All right, so off camera, I cut up the tofu into these slices. I don't know, they're like 1/2 inch thick. I would say olive oil is pretty much the only real processed thing that I'm gonna be using. We're gonna wait for this to heat up a little bit, and I also have seasonings that I'm going to put on this. All right, let's add the tofu. Now, I probably should have seasoned them before putting them into the actual pan, but I'm just gonna do this now. I always do something wrong when I'm cooking. So we're gonna be adding some cumin, a little bit of black pepper, paprika, and a tablespoon of nutritional yeast. And I'm measuring this out because nutritional yeast actually has macros, so that will be added to the macros. All right, now I gotta flip them. Actually, I should probably like rub in these seasonings a little bit. This is a terrible idea with the olive oil bubbling. Now you can see a little bit of golden brownness, and we're gonna add the rest of, sorry, I just burped there. We're gonna add the rest of the seasonings on this side now. All right, so these are done. They're looking absolutely delicious. Yeah, I'm excited to dig in that tofu. But let's go back over here and start up the microwave now. Then I'll sit down with you, show you the macros, and eat this delicious Whole Foods meal. All right, guys, here it is, meal number 1 in all its glory. It is actually looking very, very appetizing to me. I'm really excited to just eat like nothing but clean foods today. So let's sit down with you guys and show you the macros for this meal. All right, here we go. Meal number 1 right here. I'm gonna show you the macros for this meal on screen right now, and then that's gonna be the total so far. I'm very, very happy that Zac Efron at least uses olive oil and like fats, because that's gonna add a lot of flavor to this tofu. And let's just take a bite of tofu right now just to show you guys how good it is. And I gotta tell you, tastes just like chicken breast. Okay, well, not exactly, but it's really freaking good. Try this out. Zac, if you ever wanna go fully plant-based, let me know, I'll train you. Obviously, I know what I'm doing here. All right, let's just eat this. All right, so we're back in the kitchen for meal number 2, and I realized that Zac Efron ate like incredibly high protein, like somewhere close to 260 grams of protein per day during that diet. I am not gonna be able to get that high in protein, but I am kind of replicating his like whole foods approach. And of course it's veganized, so I'm sorry that I'm not gonna get to like incredibly high protein, but truthfully that's not necessary to eat 260 grams of protein in a day. So let's just show you the second meal of the day. All right, so to start off, I just finished cooking some quinoa. We got some quinoa in in there. I'm going to be using a cup of that. He does use quinoa in his dishes. It's a nice whole grain. We're going to be using 2 tablespoons of tahini in this dish because he did use some healthy fats. Going to be using a cup of broccoli. For our protein to mimic steak, we're using bacon seitan. Seitan's super good. This bacon seitan is the only seitan I had in my fridge, so I'm just gonna use it. It is delicious and high in protein, of course. And then to cook the seitan, we're gonna be using half a tablespoon of olive oil yet again. And lastly, we're gonna be throwing some grape tomatoes in there just for some extra nutrients. All right, so just washed off the broccoli. I'm gonna put it into a cup. We're gonna get a cup of this going, and I'm just gonna cook it in the microwave for like 1 minute. I like to cook down my broccoli this way. Just gonna set this to the side. Also, while I'm over here, I may as well chop up the tomatoes. All right, that's solid. Now let's go cook the seitan. So this seitan is gonna be even easier to cook than the tofu because we don't even have to season it because we got this pre-made seitan. If you make seitan at home though, it's a lot cheaper and it's still just as tasty, so you might want to try that. I still have yet to do that. I like keep saying I'm gonna do it and I just don't. I'll do it eventually, guys. And I'll have to turn these over in a second here, but firstly, I'm going to make the tahini into more of a liquid sauce. So when I usually buy this tahini, it's not good liquid at all, but now that I look at it, like, it looks good, so maybe they re-changed the way that they do this tahini. Now let me show you guys the most satisfying sound ever. Just finished up cooking the broccoli. Now let's put this whole bowl together. Got the quinoa, put the tomatoes in there, that delicious seitan. Finally, I'm gonna try to drizzle this tahini on top. Okay, it is kind of thick. No.
Maybe they re-changed the way that they do this tahini.
Hold on a second here. All right, so all I did here was I mixed some of the tahini with a little bit of water. Now it's like liquidy, so let's do this. In terms of looks, it definitely looks really good as far as taste goes. I don't know, tahini on its own is really bland. That's why I usually make sauces out of it. But we're going all whole foods today, baby. And don't worry, there's a little bit of tahini left in there, but I am going to pour the rest on that after I just show you guys the bowl. All right, time to dig into this delicious bowl. The macros for this are gonna be on screen right now. And that is going into the total. So we're at a pretty good pace right now. I'm obviously, like I said, not gonna eat as much protein as he usually does, but if he was vegan, he wouldn't be eating that much protein anyway. You just don't need that much. So let's dig in. Actually, let's take a bite real quick. I want to show you guys first bite again. I mean, it's food. Not much flavor, but I don't know what I was expecting. That is what I was expecting. All right, cheers. So I was just cleaning up the mess that I made in the kitchen here, and I forgot that I put in something extra for this meal when I made this whole day of meals yesterday, and that is 2 bananas. I'm gonna have 2 bananas on the side here right now, just gonna eat them very quickly. Yes, Zac Efron did eat fruits. He would eat fruits. So I'm just gonna add that to the macros very quickly. And yeah, there's the total so far, and now we will get to the next meal. All right, time for the third meal out of the 5 meals I'm eating today. Now, I definitely need to switch up the savory meals to something sweet, so we're having our only sweet meal of the day, and it is going to be a smoothie. And what we're putting in the smoothie is 2 bananas. We're gonna have a cup of frozen blueberries. We are going to have a cup of this flax milk plus protein. If you guys can find this, really good milk, and it contains omega-3s, which is why I really like it, and it's got 8 grams of protein per cup. It's really dope. And then finally, we're having a scoop of plant protein powder. Now, usually I would just have half a scoop of this, but I am going to have a scoop because it's Zac Efron high protein day. You know what it is. Let's just go into making this. Alright, there we go. It took about 30 seconds, and now just to top it off, we got the metal straw. Alright, now I gotta ask you guys something in the comments. Someone please leave a comment below. I have like nothing to chew on, and I understand that you shouldn't drink smoothies without having something like chewable in it, but if I drink it like this, and then make the chewing motion with my mouth, like go like this while the smoothie is in my mouth, Probably looks so stupid. Does that still produce like the digestive enzymes that come from chewing like solid foods? Let me know in the comments. So I will do that regardless right now because I don't know yet. But this is delicious and a great smoothie. The macros for it are going to be on screen right now. And then we're going to add that to the total. So we are just moving along here. It's about 5 o'clock. We only got 2 more meals to go, 2 more meals to prepare. Zac Efron, your diet is pretty nice. I feel good, definitely feeling good. So let's get on to that second last meal. So I'm not very hungry. These meals are in fact very filling, just as I thought, but we're here with meal number 4. And now that I think about this meal, it doesn't really make sense at all, but we're gonna do it anyway. So for meal number 4, it's gonna be something like super simple, honestly. Just 1 sweet potato. I'm gonna have another serving of tofu, probably the same way I cooked it before. We are going to have a 1/4 cup of these mixed nuts because again, higher fat today than usual. And then some olive oil as well, again, to cook the tofu in. And I'm gonna top everything off with some roasted sesame seeds, as you can see in here. So yeah, not a big meal, but I'm just not hungry, and it's gonna get us closer to our macro total. Almost 8:30. Let's get started. So in order to make the sweet potato cook quicker, I'm just gonna chop it up really quick. All right, let's grab a pan. Did I just say pan? I meant a tray. First up, gonna add a little bit of olive oil, just a tad. Oh God. I feel like so bad with the amount of olive oil that I've eaten today, but the rest of the food's just been so good, so it cancels it out. I think that's how it works. Get some paprika on there, cumin, black pepper, nutritional yeast. And here's something we didn't use in the last meal. How about some chili powder? Yeah. Mix it up. Now we're gonna put this in the oven at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20 minutes. In the meantime, while that's cooking, I'm gonna wait till it gets till like the 10-minute mark. I'm gonna have the serving of mixed nuts that I need to eat. Now guys, mixed nuts are great for so many reasons. They taste great, and they are just packed with tons of different minerals. This is like the best way to get your minerals. And they're also very high in calories for the amount of volume. Like a handful of these is 170 calories. So good for bulking, good for nutrients, good for everything, good for you. But honestly, they are pretty freaking filling. All right, let's just make this tofu again. All right, everyone, let's get to it. There's about 10 minutes left of cooking time for the sweet potato. Once again, we got the crazy oil. Actually, I can't say that word. We got the crazy butt oil. All right, here we go again. All right, that's a bit of a better camera angle. I put my camera on top of a box here. Anyway, let's season this the way we did like last time. Honestly, screw it. I'm just gonna add nutritional yeast and paprika to this side. I'm so done. It's bland. I don't even want to eat tofu again. But I gotta do it for the video. Gotta do it for Zac Efron.
Thank you so much.
Cole.
Mad love.
And for you guys. Also, the sweet potato just got finished a lot earlier than I thought it would, like 5 or 6 minutes earlier. Gonna put this to the side. All right, you know what? This is good. This is done enough. It's not like super crispy, but whatever. And here's meal number 2, but it is in fact missing one thing, if you guys remember. That's right, guys. I thought it was a good idea to add a tablespoon of sesame seeds to tofu and sweet potato. And you know what? Honestly, it does not look that bad with sesame seeds on it. This could be an accidental success. All right, got my fork ready to chow down on more tofu and sweet potato. I didn't cook this tofu enough. Yep, yeah, I am definitely getting sick of tofu today. So the macros for this meal are gonna be on screen right now. We're gonna add that to the total. So 1 more meal to go. It's gonna be something that I don't really usually make in my full day of eating videos, so stick around for that. Last meal coming up, more gains to come. All right, we're on the final stretch here, finally. I am outrageously full, but we need to have this last meal. We got to get that last 5th meal that Zac Efron has in, so here we go. So I'm making a slight modification to this meal in order to compensate for my full belly. I'm gonna have this tofu. I was originally gonna cook it in a pan with some olive oil, but I said, screw it, I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna eat this tofu raw, just like a few bites of it to get that serving in. Then we're gonna have a cup of brown rice We're gonna have probably like 85 grams or something of grape tomatoes, you'll see on the screen, and then a whole avocado in there, and that is going to be it. So all I'm gonna do is chop up some grape tomatoes, get those ready. All we're gonna do is put that brown rice into a plate and put it in the microwave really quick. In you go. Now it's all done. Let's add the grape tomatoes. I cut up literally like 3 of them. I just can't take it. I really can't, guys. And let's cut this avocado in half. There we have it, folks, our last meal of the day. And then I'm gonna slam that tofu on the side. Let's go sit down and eat. All right, here we go. We got the meal. We got some water as well to chase down this meal. Here's my chicken breast alternative that I've been eating all day. Ew. Never have I disliked tofu so much. I'm sorry. I truly am. I've eaten way too much of you today. So the macros for this bowl and tofu are gonna be on screen right now. And that is gonna be our total for the day. So yeah, about 3,100 calories. I believe Zac Efron ate around 2,500 calories, but I just am bigger than him, as in taller and have more mass. I'm not saying that I'm as shredded as him, because I'm definitely not. So I needed a little bit more calories than he usually eats. But yeah, it looked like a great day of eating. Like, the macros are super good. Would I eat like this all the time? Absolutely not, because it's just way too hard to eat only whole foods and not feel so damn full. That's why I always incorporate snacking and processed foods into my diet personally, because that's what works best for me. So Zach, if you ever go vegan, you might have a tough time eating only whole foods. I'm sorry. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like on it, really helps out the channel, and leave a comment telling me what celebrity I should do next and transform their diet into a vegan diet as well, because this was definitely fun to do. If I get a good feedback on it, I'll definitely do more of these. Thank you so much. You're a G for watching till the end. I love you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Meanwhile, I'm gonna keep eating this raw tofu.